Hello everyone, it's Max, back at it again with another video. So today we are going to be talking about something that is very near and dear to my heart. We're going to talk about self-talk, okay? So most of you probably don't know this, but when I was at Dalhousie for my undergrad, I did my honors research about self-talk in endurance athletes. So it was long distance endurance athletes, so like marathoners, triathletes, like long distance rowers, long distance speed skating, like all those long distance that take like hours or days or whatever, like ultra marathons, sometimes they take like 2 days. Anyways, my research was looking at them and seeing what kind of self-talk they primarily use to keep themselves motivated and geared towards finishing those races at like a peak, an optimal performance, and like kind of how they rewire their brains to like stay motivated and stay like positive during those really long events. So I have a lot of information about this topic, so if you guys ever have any questions, like feel free to contact me. I would love to chat with you guys about it and give you guys some more insight, because this is going to be a very like Cole's Notes quick overview of self-talk. But just to kick it off, there's two ways that self-talk primarily happens. It's through internal dialogue and external dialogue, which are pretty self-explanatory, but internal is like that little voice in your head that talks to you and guides you through certain things, and then external is you talking to yourself to guide you through or to do certain tasks. And a really interesting thing about self-talk is that it's something that happens all the time. Like every single day you partake in it, whether you mean to or not, like either in sport or not in sport. Like you guys just walking through your house, you use self-talk, you talk to yourself or you talk out loud, it doesn't really matter, but you do it with meaning and without meaning all the time. Okay, so now we're just going to kind of try and focus on it a little bit more, tailoring it to your needs and making it more of a purposeful act. Okay, so with that internal and external dialogue, it then goes into two formats. So there's the positive and the negative way that we can use self-talk. Both can be beneficial, which might be contradictory to some of you, but some people work on negative feedback to make them more like motivated and energetic and like geared towards completing a task. But for the purpose of today, we're going to talk about positive self-talk, and I think all of you guys should focus on keeping your self-talk a little bit more positive, because it's crazy like how much talking to yourself and like reinforcing those positive thoughts actually has on your mood and your overall well-being. So we're going to kind of talk about it in more of a positive way today, and I hope you guys can keep that on as you guys are practicing this and throughout your whole training sessions come May. Okay? And then in those two ways of positive and negative, you either do it in an instructional manner or a motivational manner. Okay? So these are the two ways that the self-talk is used by you to you, if that makes sense. Okay? So the instructional self-talk is fine-tuned key words, and it's really focused on achieving a specific task and a technical aspect. So it's not like you're encompassing all these things and trying to fix them at once. It's one thing at one time, and that's what you focus on. Okay? So if you need to squeeze your legs together as you hit a vertical position in the middle of your routine, that is your focus, and that is what you tell yourself. You say, squeeze inner thighs, squeeze ankles together, or whatever it is for you to get your legs squeezed in and tight. You say that key word and that focus on the technical part of your routine. That is instructional self-talk. Okay? And then the motivational self-talk is pretty self-explanatory, but it's for more gross motor skills to increase arousal levels, confidence, energy, and obviously motivation. So those are the words like let's go, like we can do it, I can do it, I have confidence in myself, I'm energetic, blah, 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 like all those kind of words that you say to yourself or to your teammates to get the morale up and increase your confidence and overall team energy to complete a specific task. Okay? So like I said, you use it all the time, but for today, I'm going to kind of gear it towards more of a quarantine self-talk use. And then maybe in a few days I'll make one for more synchro specific skills, but for right now I think we could use it more in our current environment. So it's actually going to be pretty beneficial for your online workouts, I think, and your online flex and stuff like that, because I think a lot of us are maybe feeling a little bit lower in our motivational levels because we're not in the pool, and because it's something totally different than what we're used to. So it's a really good time to start working on this skill to like help your offline training, but also work on the skills so that when you guys do end up getting back in the water, your self-talk is already that much better than it was, let's say now or a couple months ago, something like that, okay? So for this, we're gonna look at it from a workout standpoint. So when you guys are doing a specific drill or a specific workout or something like that, and let's say, we'll start with instructional, sorry. Let's say you're doing something and you're like, what is this supposed to do? Like, I don't feel it, like, I'm not enjoying this, or like, your brain kind of gets off on a little tangent and you start thinking about something else. It's kind of about reining that in and then thinking, okay, what am I doing right now? Let's say you're doing lunges and you're like, okay, so I don't feel this, but it's supposed to be a leg workout, okay? So you just take that minute or like 30 seconds, whatever it is, 5 seconds, probably doesn't take you that long to think about it, and think, okay, so if I'm doing a lunge, like, I should be feeling it in my legs, right? Like, I need to load from my hips, push up from my glutes, and like push forward with my bum at the top, or whatever the focus is for that specific exercise. So then you think, okay, so to do that, I need to engage my legs, I need to engage my bum, engage my quads, like tighten all these muscles on that specific count where you stand up. Okay, so if you start focusing your brain to be a bit more present in the moment and be focused a little bit more on what the task at hand is, you might not feel it exactly right away, but that muscle or brain to muscle is something different, but whatever. I can't think of the word. Brain to muscle relationship. It's not that, but you know what I mean. Sorry. Brain to muscle relationship is slowly going to start working subconsciously, so that whenever you start doing exercises similar to that, you're going to be using those muscles that you know are needing to be used at that time. Okay, so I know, like, I get a little bit distracted when I'm working out, or like I'm dying and I'm like, oh my god, I want this to be over. But if you guys just take a quick minute and think, okay, like, I'm here to work out, I'm here to get stronger, I'm here to get better, I need to focus and be a little bit more present in the moment, and I need to focus on this and this and this, and focus on these skills at whatever skill you're doing at this time. It's going to make a huge difference in your technique, your strength, and the way that you approach your workouts, okay? So kind of giving yourself those cues and those focuses, those instructional focuses, to make your exercises as optimal as possible. It's gonna take time, just like anything, but you guys are gonna see that your skills are gonna improve, and your technique is gonna improve, and your brain muscle relationship, it's not that, but it's gonna get better as you start working on it, just like any other skill, okay? And then the next one is the motivational self-talk. So you guys use this all the time, like your huddles in your circles before you do a run through, or when you're doing a workout, saying like, let's go, anything like that. Like, that's a great example of self-talk, whether it's for yourself or for your team. But now we especially need to use it when you guys are doing a tough circuit or you're doing a long workout, like saying that to yourself or to your teammates and being like, let's go, like, I can do this, I'm strong, I can do this, like, I'm almost there, I've gone this far, like, let's go. Certain things like that, like, it might seem silly at the time, but it's going to increase your confidence in your abilities, and it's going to help you kind of work through those long workouts or those tough workouts, and just keep you motivated to come back for the next set or the next training session and stuff like that. And it's going to have a big impact on your mood, during your workouts and after, because you're going to feel so good going into your workouts, because you're going to be in that positive mindset, being like, I can do this, like, I am a strong individual, I'm going to kill this workout, I'm killing this workout. And then when you guys are done, you're going to be like, I did that, like, I got tired, I had that, like, little moment of, oh, this is hard, and then I pushed through and I came over the other side just a little bit stronger than I came into it, you know? And when we're doing all these workouts, you know, that's going to transfer over. Like, you guys have a lot of time to work on these skills and see that, but it's going to make a big difference. So I think just approaching your workouts with the mindset of improving each day in technical aspects, but also your mindset into them, is going to make a huge difference on your approach to the workouts, and then your overall success from them at the end of the day, right? Because if you're a bit more motivated to go into it, you're probably going to work a little bit harder, and then you're going to see the results a little bit sooner, okay? And I say all this and I'm like, oh, Max, this sounds so easy. It's not. Like, it takes a lot of self-awareness and regulation. Like, you have to really, like, turn your eyes in, look internally, and be like, okay, like, how often do I do this? And it's not like a judgmental thing. Like, if you aren't really aware of yourself that much, that's fine. This is a good place to start. We have some time. We might as well start trying these new skills now. But it is really important that you guys are aware, like, okay, I'm losing my brain, like, in the middle of a workout, like, oh, I'm losing focus. Okay, like, bring it back in. Like, what do I need to focus on now? Or, self-reflecting after a workout. I mean, like, was I really as engaged as I could have been during that whole workout? Like, and it's not to be critical, but it's just to be aware and think, okay, like, what can I do next time? Like, what do I need to focus on more? Like, what skills, like, what workouts or, like, sets did I feel like, oh, I could have done better on? Or, like, what, like, workouts, like, oh, this kind of felt weird today. Like, maybe my technique was off. Like, what do I have to focus on for next time? So that when you guys come back, you can be like, okay, when I'm doing my squats, I need to focus on driving my hips through at the end or whatever. And, like, that's something you come with so that you have that instructional self-talk that you can work on and implement in that next workout. Or if you're like, oh, the last set of the circuit D, I died, and be like, okay, that's when I need to, like, pump myself up and put a good song on and, like, get myself going and get my teammates going so that we all can succeed during this workout together. Okay? So it takes time and it takes a lot of effort. So, like, it is mentally exhausting, but I'm sure you guys can do it. And, it like I always say to people, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Like, you're not going to succeed at this skill tomorrow. It's going to take a lot of effort, and you're going to add building blocks slowly onto each other until you start seeing the progression, and it takes time, but it will be worth it. And especially if you guys can have these skills kind of a bit more focused, when you guys get back in the pool, you guys are going to realize, like, how much more self-aware you are and how much more focused you are onto, like, increasing your technical abilities, because like, oh, when I'm doing this skill, like, I need to focus on this, or when I'm about to do a really hard workout, I need to focus on this, like, certain things like that. I will be doing a synchro self-talk a little bit later in the future. I just thought that this one would be a bit more relevant to you guys right now. And I also will be talking about kind of when our minds get off track a little bit more, and certain ways that we can work on bringing ourselves back in, or like when you are in a positive self-talk mode and then you kind of get a bit negative and you get down on yourself, like, how can we reframe our minds and reframe our thoughts to get ourselves back on track. But just for today, I want to talk about the quarantine and our workouts because that's a bit more relevant. So I kind of went a little fast, so I'm sorry if I was a little bit confusing at some parts. And I'm going to think about that brain muscle relationship a little bit more and think of the word it is, because it's driving me insane. But again, if you guys ever have any questions or want to, like, maybe chat about certain things that maybe could be part of your instructional self-talk, or like really good keywords that can help you with your motivational self-talk, like, I'm more than happy to chat with you guys about that. And sorry, this is coming into my mind, but the motivational self-talk cues, like, you guys need to find ones that really work for you. Like, it might be something totally random, but as long as it works for you, doesn't matter, It could be something super weird, or like some weird phrase that you heard with your friends or whatever, but just, like, find something that works for you, that keeps you motivated and, like, pumps you up to, like, keep pushing. Okay, so sorry, that was just a little tangent, but yeah, if you guys ever have any questions, like, feel free to ask me. And I hope this self-talk was helpful for you guys. I'm not sure if any of you guys have had experience in it before, or really, like, were aware of it, so I hope you guys learned something, and I hope it was useful. So let me know, and I can't wait to hear about your self-talk adventures. Okay, peace out.